Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Redden, and I'll be damned. I am disabled, so I guess I just lost my mind and lost all cognition or ability to reason, and got impulsive or some shit. But I'll be damned if I didn't just go and accidentally graffiti a table, or I'd say rather express myself appropriately. You know. Um, it's better than the cookie cutter society that we've become to live in. It shows more, you know, uh, moxie. But let's just see what I did in my altered state of whatever. Build the wall around Donald Trump. Here's a true fact I suppose somebody can learn from if they don't know. I got the land of the free question mark. The U.S. has 5% of the world's populace, but has 25% of the world's prison population and for-profit prisons. Not such a bad message, is it, you fucking judgmental motherfuckers? I got people in the background, out in the audience, heckling me. That's who I was talking to there. Abolish the CIA. Not a bad idea, being they've been genocidal maniacs for long before I was living. End war on drugs. Let my people go. Not a bad idea altogether. Free Julian Assange. How could I not put that? This is what I wrote on the wall of my solitary confinement cell when I was in High Desert State Prison, discharging my number in Indian Springs, Nevada. I was in the fish tank for 30 days, 24 hours, 7-day lockdown. So I got to reading the wall, and everybody had to inscribe like their own little thing on each brick. And this was what I put: Gringo Loco 712. That's me apparently. And this one I like the most. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go watch on YouTube. It's one of the funniest pieces of business I've ever seen in my life. Um, Real quick, it was a couple years ago I heard what is truly the case, that overseas some people will lay down a prayer rug, put a picture of George W. Bush's head, and hit it with shoes. This is a real practice, which, I don't disagree with at all. So it's been a couple years ago, I started saying, well, in this country, since, he's a mass war criminal and genocidal maniac, he can walk free. While in other countries he doesn't go because they would do what's appropriate for a war criminal of his type. They'd try him and put him to death. But so at that point I said, well, since I first of all wouldn't get near him, nor would I'd be allowed to with his big stupid security staff. I wouldn't want to get anywhere near the fucker anyway. But I started the thought that we should be able to throw shoes at George W. Bush's head. And I said I would there, without retort of legal or other consequence. Now, I doubt that be the case. If you go on YouTube and watch the video, I would put in the search engine, George W. Bush shoe incident. It's funny. Now, while the guy throwing shoes at George W. Bush's head was not only funny, it was appropriate. I did stop watching, and I felt bad for the guy because he got tackled and mangled by the Secret Service or whatever. Wasn't that a faction in Nazi Germany? Anyway, he got mangled by the guys. Now, literally, if let's just say theoretically, because this would never happen. First of all, if I wanted to go to a George W. Bush speech, they wouldn't let me they'd know I was coming 10 miles from the perimeter, so they wouldn't let me in, first of all. But if I could get in, I would gladly take the consequence, if I theoretically could get in, to throw shoes at George W. Bush's head. And here's the thing, it wouldn't be any kind of shoe. It would be those heavy lug boots with steel tops in it. And I would gladly take a fucking bump and tackle from the Secret Service, the SS. And, I literally would. As it says there, I would. So Yeah. I guess if somebody wants to call the police because I'm going to make this video public, you go right the fuck ahead and tell them that Greg W. Redden, that was a fucking ugly Freudian. So don't put my middle initial with that freaks. If you call them, tell them Greg Mitchell Redden did this. I mean, they're obviously going to know when they see it on YouTube. They're big fans. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with adding a little bit of substance to our society that's become too fucking pristine for my taste. It makes me want to gag. And while we're at it, we're up at Leif Erickson Park, for example. And just while we're at it, I got to add this. Okay, so the first time I see this structure, actually from about this distance, I'm thinking, what the fuck is this? I mean, like in a curious way. I thought that looks like something the WWE would put together for a main event pay-per-view match. So then I get closer, as I guess I will right now, to illustrate my point on this matter. And nobody touches my bags these days, thankfully. It's not wise. Everybody wouldn't know who did it because, let's face it, anybody can see what I'm doing all the time. Yeah, and I would find out, but so we'll get closer to this. I'm like, what is this like WWE like structure? It'd be cool to have a pay-per-view on it. Well, you're gonna see where my my thoughts changed on this matter very quickly. Hold on, I get a call. No, I don't. Okay, so we'll get closer and we'll document, and then we'll let the nice young man continue to play soccer as it be. It actually, come to find out, and quite to my disgust, as you'll see here, it is a soccer field, but I'm going to show you where it kind of goes off the edges for me. I'll try not to get this young man in the frame. You know, he's just out here playing soccer, but I want to illustrate a couple points about this because this is not good at all. Okay, so first, this is the goalie's box. Or if you know from soccer or hockey, well, soccer, be it as it may, they have a mesh goal unit, which is appropriate because your goalie is going to be catching balls and backing into the outer, whatever. Well, chains in this matter. I just don't think that's good for youth or anybody to be, going into. Certainly, they could have had some nice turf or, safe. And now the next part of this that really bothers me, let's check it out for a second here. Shit. Yeah, if you notice, this is basically concrete as your soccer field base. I don't know. I've seen soccer enough, and I actually kind of like it, where, yeah, you're going to be having people fall down on a regular basis, which is with soccer. Now, there's youth come down here quite a bit and play soccer with a chain link fence as a goalpost and a concrete base as your floor. Yeah, something bad's gonna happen. I mean, people are gonna get hurt and shit, and youth and stuff. And they make this for the kids. Are you fucking kidding me? These people are twisted. And what do we got over here? Little containment units? Why not put electricity outlets for people to, anybody, but youth or anybody to charge their phones? Since you're going to make seating, and not comfortable seating, metal seating next to the metal fucking concrete soccer field. That was real intelligent, and I'm being blatantly sarcastic for anybody who doesn't understand blatant sarcasm. That's all I got for now. Don't give me